Here we go again. I mean, this is the truth show, and there's more. Oh, I'm not done yet. Oh, and there's more. Oh, I'm not done yet. I mean, this is the truth show. Oh, yes. Please note that this is all alleged. I've never met any of these people. I've deeply researched all of my information. This is a trigger warning. In this video, I may be talking about or showing sensitive material about some subjects or topics that may be disturbing or upsetting or may bring forth some troubling memories, as you read in the description or title. With that said, either end the video now or brace yourself. Aside from that, enjoy. With that said, either end the video now or brace yourself. Hey, Andrea, I'm so sorry for the lateness. It's been one heck of a night. I'm telling you. I ran into some issues which caused me to keep pushing it back. Those issues have been rectified, and I'm here to teach you guys. Some of this information you probably already heard. Teach you guys. Some of this information you probably already heard. Hi, Quiet Storm. How are you? I haven't saw you in a while. And Ninja, how you doing? Cosmic, how you doing? Alicia, my vets tonight. Y'all ready to do it? Let's get it. Let's do it. Yes. Woo. People. Y'all know me. I'm about to go full effect. There is a lot of stuff for us to talk about. As soon as I figure out what happened to the top to my earbuds. Oh, here it is. Oh, just found it. Lucky me. All right. Well, anyway. Oh, that's good. That's good. Glad to hear it. I'm hanging in there, girl. I'm hanging in there. Okay. All right. Just want to say hello, my truth seekers. Welcome to the Truth Show. In this show, we're going to talk about the usual stuff, politics, of course. That's going to parlay into royal news. We're going to stream through that. And then we're going to talk about celeb gossip. And then I'm going to teach you a few things that I guarantee you that you were even thinking about. It just passed your mind, a slip of a thought. But I think people looked at that perspective and that element with just a blind eye. No one thought to think, maybe it is what it is. Were we all just, not really paying attention to it? You know what I mean? So that's what we're currently going to talk about. Okay, let's start off, of course, with Iran protests that's escalated to 650 dead. At least that was the last time I checked. It's probably more now, unfortunately. Iran is facing its biggest uprising since 1979. Since 1979. And a lot of it, believe it or not, is due to Donald Trump. Okay. Oh, yes. With almost 650 people dead, killed in nationwide protests, according to rights groups, the government has issued warnings to the U.S. and is preparing for potential conflict because he started this hot mess. I'm telling you, they need to get rid of the man. They need to get rid of him. And then we have the Trump administration intensifying immigration crackdown. The U.S. has revoked over 100,000 visas. 100,000 visas, y'all, since Trump returned to office, doubling previous numbers as part of his immigration crackdown. He's acting like a new modern Hitler. ICE arrests are increasing because they are above the law because they know the president would back them up with any immunity. Remember, he gave all the people storming the Capitol free immunity. He got him out of jail. And they're still thinking he's not a terrorist. What proof do you need this man is not a terrorist? He's not for America. Well, mean, what the hell? He got to shoot an American in your face for you to know this? Give me a freaking break. Okay. They definitely do. Definitely do. Okay, so he revoked all of them, and the immigration crackdown, ICE arrests are increasing, and Minnesota is now suing Trump administration over these actions. He has so many damn lawsuits; it's freaking ridiculous. It's got to be a whole file cabinet with lawsuits by now because everyone is suing him. But again, I like to see any of these lawsuits actually fall through because all I'm getting, I'm suing them. But no one is doing anything. Can we stop talking and actually do something? Jeez, no more talking. Okay, Trump threatens military action against Iran because I'm telling you, he's the reason why they're protesting because he's running around here causing chaos and havoc. Trump says any country doing business with Iran will face up to 25% tariff. Again, he's been a bully. And military strikes are on the table and amid the unrest. So he said anyone doing any business with Iran, he will put 25% tariff and then promise to drop bombs in their country if they do business. This is what the president is saying. This is what he's doing. This is what he's doing. This is what he's doing. Are y'all grasping hold to the reality of this concept? And it was really strange. People still praise him and say, good for him. Anyone who's still praising Trump, don't be friends with them anymore. Greenland. Remember, Trump is an idiot. Yes. Remember, he's an idiot. I think you guys should know the reality of his idiocracy. I don't even think that's a fucking word, but I'm going to make it a word today. His idiocracy. Okay? Trump is an idiot. I'm trying to seriously not be stressed, but it's so stressful. I'm telling you guys, it's so stressful. Unbelievable. Y'all have any questions in the comment section? Just give me a second. I'm trying to go live on TikTok right quick. Let's see here. It's been a moment since I did this. Okay. Hold on for a minute, you guys. I'm going to put you guys on a brief hold right quick while I try to figure this out because it's kind of complicated. So hold on just a second. So let me just play some mood music while I try to see how can I go live on TikTok too, because I want them to know. Here we go. Look at that. All right, never mind. That didn't work out so well. Anyway, so back to what I was saying here. Yes. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying here. Okay, now of course Trump is trying to take over Greenland. He's trying to take over Greenland, the tension, all that stuff. European leaders are alarmed that after Trump made new comments about claiming Greenland, prompting warnings that NATO could collapse if he attempts. So remember, Greenland is actually one of the distributors of NATO, which means they're part of our defense group. He doesn't know that because he's a freaking idiot. So if he goes in this old age theory, because he's an idiot, if he decided to go after NATO, Greenland is part of NATO. If he decided to go after Greenland, he will completely destruct and dismantle all of the partners we have in NATO, which will leave us vulnerable to many terrorist attacks and no defense mechanism. Now, the members of NATO have been very patient with this psychopath. I don't know why they haven't got their cyber geeks in some kind of command and try to oust that he rigged the election. You want to get rid of the son of a bitch. Use your resources on trying to do so. But no, they don't want to do that because they're too afraid, you see. They are afraid to do anything against this man. I don't know why they're afraid. Quite frankly, I think it's stupid, but they are afraid. They're afraid to go after Donald Trump, which is the most bizarre thing I have ever encountered in my entire freaking life. Seriously. So freaking sad. How are you doing? Glad to see you. My tea life here. Hell yeah, he's messing with people's passports. Quiet storm. Yes, he's making it very hard to leave the U.S. I'm so sick of him. He's definitely a tyrant, definitely. Should I say, look at that what he's worried. He's worried about something. Okay. What is it? NIMS? You worried about something. Okay, but yes, that's pretty much what's going on with that. Now let's get on to world news here. Okay, in world news here, it seems that Prince Andrew is accused of using his daughters to spy on whatever events that's going on with the royal family. So, yes, he's trying to use his daughters to spy. Experts say Andrew is using Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugene as his passport back into the royal fold, sending them to events to gather intel after he was stripped of his titles and asked to vacate the royal lot. So he's using his daughters to spy. I don't personally see anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying that's what they're saying that he's doing, and they're not liking that situation. But I'm thinking, okay, what's the issue? I'm still trying to figure out the issue. I guess I should be like that. But I'm just saying there's some issue. Okay, so what is the problem here? That's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, and your problem is what? You shouldn't do that? I mean, make it make sense. So that's what's going on with that. And then you have Andrew and Sara Ferguson. Is Andrew and Sara Ferguson may sell their royal valuables for money because they don't have no money. They're not getting their compensation every year anymore. He's probably living off his savings. They're broke, whatever. She doesn't have the title as the Duchess or anything anymore, so she can't use that to sell books. So they're just regular civilians. He might have to get a job for the first time in his entire freaking life. So they're thinking about, selling their most valuable items. The palace is on high alert over fears Andrew and Sara Ferguson may sell these items linked to Queen Elizabeth II, which could go for massive amounts, and it says scandal and legal issues if they decide to sell. If Queen Elizabeth, the late Queen Elizabeth, gave them the money or prized possessions and say, look, here, I give this to you, I think they have every right to sell it. It's there. She gave it to them. What do we expect for these two people to do? Quite frankly, I give 2 flying figs of what they have to do. But I'm just saying, speaking from a rational point of view, what do you want them to do? Just saying. They need to make money. They're civilians now. They're not getting any money from the government or the state taxes like the rest of them freeload fools. What else going to happen? Just saying. And then we have Prince Harry, who's close to the royal reunion, but with conditions. A new security assessment says Harry now qualifies for official police protection in UK. Pretty much putting him in an agreement, in one agreement away from limited reconciliation with the family, but the palace reportedly wants strict silence from him about private family matters before letting him back in. They're saying, okay, we can do this reconciliation, but you can't tell our business. That go both ways. While you trying to put restrictions on him, okay, that go both ways. How about you promise not to spread false and fictitious and twisted rumors about me and my wife? Tomorrow, if you promise not to tell our business, that go both ways. Put it on paper that you guys can't do the same thing to me. Tell me what to do. How the hell are they gonna put that in laws and restrictions? Like he's doing, like they're doing him a favor by asking him back into the fold. I was doing fine without you. Y'all need me. I don't need you. Let's make sure we understand that. I can't believe the royal family. They are something else. A piece of work. All right, now let's get on to celebrity gossip here. Now it seems like Blake Shelton and Green Stefani, the real story behind the rumors, apparently. Blake is fed up with the internet, and rumors are coming from, he said rumors are coming from AI-generated fake photos, and the fact that the couple hasn't been photographed together as often. I mean, seriously, it's been a long time. But every celebrity, it seems like, well, or whatever the credible source says they're solid. Saying, okay, Blake and Gwen are cool. What are y'all talking about? They're cool. They're still together. They're just not together all the time. They got things to do. At least that's what they're saying. But, who knows? Maybe he's just not ready to tell the public yet. I mean, don't they have a child together or something? Oh, boy. Anyway. So this was actually said in terms of the rumors. Blake told Country Countdown USA that he's been seeing fake stories since around October and November, claiming that he and Gwen are split up. They're not seeing each other. They're going through a divorce. That's what he's saying that the rumors are saying. But he's saying that's not true. Just because they're not seeing together doesn't mean they're breaking up. No validation if the rumors are true or not, but we'll go ahead and ride his story for now. I don't personally care. And then a week later, paparazzi photos of them going grocery shopping would spark headlines like, oh my gosh, they're back together again. He said the internet is so full of AI-generated photos that he doesn't believe anything he sees anymore. He says, I see pictures of Gwen and they look so real, but I don't even own a shirt like that. So some of these photographs of them going to the grocery store, he's saying they're fake. Okay, I'm confused. Okay, so the photos of you guys going to the grocery store are fake, but you're saying y'all going strong, everything is copacetic, y'all just busy, y'all just not going out together anymore, but you said some photos of you are together are AI generated. I'm sorry, are you together or not? I mean, I don't personally care, but the mystery is seriously something that you should, if y'all get together, say y'all together. Shit. I mean, goddamn. It's dumb. Like he want to say it, but it's like he's not legally to say it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting. Goodness. Okay, so their relationship status. Oh, I forgot to put that in there. Yeah, but he said, I forgot to click that, but I can sure. But their relationship status, just in case you know who it is, they've been together for 10 years, married since 2021. They still act new, excited, in the line. Gwen posted New Year's Eve kiss video of them, bullshit as calendar year because it's not New Year's, but it's the calendar year of them kissing. So, yeah, everything is great, and they want you to just shut the fuck up. However, there is no truth or validation to the split rumors, and it just been rumored. They just been juggling demanding schedules. That's it. Everyone should just stop. But they say why the rumors won't die. They haven't been photographed together as much. They're both working on separate projects. No one hardly ever seen them together. And it says fans compared this to Blake's previous marriage and ending suddenly. Because so it says Blake has a history of getting bored. Like here goes strong and everything is excited. And as soon as he get bored, he's moving it along. Like, okay, I'm bored now. Can we please move on? I don't want to do this anymore. Blake is not a type of person to stay in a relationship for a long time. He used to just wandering off after a certain period of time when he feels things are becoming too routine. If it's becoming too routine, he has to leave. But however, there's nothing credible that suggests the breakup, meaning they're separating. The pics of them together are fake. So the pictures of them together are fake, but they are not separated. Okay, I'm confused. Are you separated or not? I don't even know. I did hear that too when she lost the baby. I hope they're going strong too. I don't really care. But something is definitely fishy about this story. And I feel that, and this is not some, my gift or whatever. This is a profile analysis. I feel that they are having marriage problems. And both of them are talking about separating, but nothing has been validated yet. I do think they're slightly living separate lives and just saving face for the kids and image sake. What image? I mean, the image is showing they're separated, so it can't be image. It's got to be the kids. I'm just saying. Who knows? But to some of that meaning they're separated. I'm just going to sum it up. They're separated and the pics of them together are fake. But they're not going to come out and validate that because I guess they just don't want to mess up they're rather keep it a mystery than validate the fact that they're separated. And Blake don't want to be proven that he can't hold down a relationship too long because he get bored too easily. Just to sum it up. But here's what he had to say.
Blake Shelton is speaking out and he has a lot to say. For months, the internet has been absolutely ablaze with rumors that he and Gwen Stefani are calling it quits. We've seen the headlines and speculation, the so-called insider reports claiming a divorce was imminent. But now Blake Shelton has finally had enough. In a candid new interview, he didn't just deny the rumors, he completely dismantled them, revealing the bizarre and actually kind of scary lengths people are going to fake their breakup. Blake finally addressed the elephant in the room while co-hosting Country Countdown USA. And when the host mentioned how hard it is to find the truth on Google these days, Blake didn't hold back. He revealed that he started noticing these intense divorce stories ramping up back in October, and he laid out exactly how people are manipulating the narrative. According to Blake, it's a cycle. 1 week, the tabloids claim they've split and they aren't even speaking. Then the moment they're photographed walking out of a grocery store together, the story flips. But if they go a week without a public photo, the narrative swings right back to divorce. But here is the most shocking part of Blake's admission. He told the host that the internet is now full of content that looks real, but is completely fabricated. Blake said he's seen photos of himself and Gwen circulating online that look legitimate at first glance until he looks closer. He realized he was looking at photos of himself wearing shirts he doesn't even own, standing next to cars he's never bought. Wow. Blake's bottom line was blunt, quote, "I don't believe anything I see on the internet anymore." Now, this isn't just Blake doing damage control either. While Gwen hasn't issued a formal press release or an interview, her actions are speaking loudly. Amid all these reports, she posted a video of the two of them sharing a New Year's Eve kiss on Instagram, a direct shot at those rumors. Furthermore, sources close to Stefani told People magazine there's no truth to these split talks, noting that their time apart is just due to demanding work schedules, definitely not a lack of love. So Blake Shelton setting the record straight here. Let me know what you all think down in the comments.
All right, so he's saying that, okay, the pictures, they haven't been seen together, but they're not divorced. They just haven't been together. Just to sum it up, that's what he's saying. I mean, he's saying in so many non-validating words, but, it is what it is. I mean, if you want to act like that, it is what it is. Yeah, it's very crazy. Absolutely. Okay. I don't even care. I'm gonna be real with you. Okay, so let's get to more tea. I don't know how these two are even back in the story in limelight. I am still trying to wrap my head around this whole malarkey. thinking, why are we talking about these two? Who is bringing these two into the picture? But they are back in the picture. Yes. So apparently, gossip outlets claim Jay-Z and A$AP Rocky are trying to broker peace between Beyonce and Rihanna, though none of it's confirmed and reps haven't commented. So here's the tea. For over a decade, the press has pitted them against each other because they're two of the biggest women in music, and they are. However, Rihanna have repeatedly said the media gets excited to feast on something negative, which is true. She does not wake up thinking about Beyonce or competition. I hope not. I mean, that would be just insane. She hates that people always try to put Black women against each other. They do. She even said she loved Beyonce to model in a Savage X Fenty show. I would love to see Beyonce do that, but I don't see her doing that. That's too fair. And she don't have a history of being fair. She has a history of being shady as fuck because she could have killed all the rumors in the past about freaking Carrie Hilson. Okay. Leah when she was alive. Brandy. The list goes on. She could have killed all those damn rumors by a simple duet. But no. She don't do that. So, or I don't know, is she fair or is she not? And here's where the story of them continuously beefing is somewhat still murky. And it's not validated whether they're beefing or not. And you know, it's really sad that I'm talking about it because I hate talking about her completely. Because her husband is scandalous and evil as fuck. So, however, here are the stories, but none of it's confirmed. This is all alleged. None of this is confirmed. However, here are the stories. Okay, it seems like the tabloids have been saying Beyonce felt Rihanna betrayed her loyalty. It seems like there was a rumor that says Beyonce was hurt that Rihanna became close to Jason Lee, founder of Hollywood Unlocked, who has made negative comments about Beyonce and Jay-Z. Now, this is based on anonymous insiders, not facts. So this is the founder of Hollywood Unlocked. He's kind of fun, isn't he? And he has said nothing but negative things about Beyonce. And she so happened to take a picture with this man. It's like, how dare you? How you gonna control who they take pictures with? I swear they act like a clique or some bully. Like, you friends with them, you can't be cool with me. If you cool with him, you can't be cool with me. I don't like him. So you can't talk to him anymore. What the fuck they are? Some clique controllers? Some bullies? They're like some divas, man. Like, okay, no, hell, you can't tell me who to talk to. What the fuck? No, I don't tell you who to talk to. So why are you telling me who to talk to? She want to take a picture of this man who just so happened to be following stories and leaked about you. It's not like keep making them up. These are stories that other people are saying. Yell at the originator of the stories, not the person who's delivering the fucking story. Shit. That pissed me off. How you gonna control who I talk to? So they pissed off at her for taking a picture with this young man here because, you know, they control who everyone hangs with. They're the leader of the pack, apparently. The alpha queen, alpha male. So the rumor says that she was pretty hurt. And apparently, A$AP, who I don't know how he got elected as some fair-minded, civilized young man when not even 5 years ago, he was declared bisexual and getting his booty busted by other rappers. But, you know, now he's a civilized, straight young man. I'm still hearing on the streets that he's cheating on Rihanna with OnlyFans women. And they have an agreement. As long as it don't get out, she cool with it. Oh, yeah. I'm just saying what the streets are saying. I'm just saying what the streets are saying. So I don't know, A$AP Rocky got labeled as this dignified, civilized man with all his mucho dinero. No, we know who has the mucho dinero, and it's definitely not A$AP Rocky. It's definitely Rihanna. But he could go ahead and just, you know, ride that I'm civilized businessman all the fuck he wants. But the streets still talk. Allegedly. Now, so Jay-Z and A$AP Rocky are trying to broker the peace. Jay-Z trying to broker. Well, he probably is. Can you get close to my girl Rihanna? So I can get a little something. I don't have to sneak and do it. I can just sneak off in the closet while you hang with the other girls. Because we all know that Jay-Z still want Rihanna, allegedly. So he's saying they trying to get them cool, but Beyonce's like, no. But she'll probably do a late Queen Elizabeth and do a PR move with Rihanna. And make a picture or video. I mean, late Queen Elizabeth did with Prince Philip because he couldn't keep his dick in his pants. He was fucking everybody, having babies, had some strong affair with some opera singer, and she had to be forced to do pictures and PRs with this bitch. He's like, honey, can you please just kill the rumors because it's for our image, it's for our empire. So the late Queen Elizabeth was forced to do a PR move with her husband's mistress, just to save face. Considering Beyonce pretty much do whatever Jay-Z do, even though he's embezzling, he may be in cahoots with traffickers, and he's been friends with Diddy, knowing all the shit he done all these years, and all the shit he done all these years, and may be behind on why my crap is getting embezzled and blacklisted. But she's still cool with this man because he have money, and it's about image. And she's really down for the image. No matter how sinister and evil it is, she's going to be for this image. So if Jay-Z say, okay, I need for you to do a picture out with Rihanna, she would do it. Even though she preaches femininity and freedom, but do she really practice what the fuck she preaches? Have we seen that yet? All I'm hearing is talking, dancing, performing, but I'm not saying the walk with, I'm not saying any of that. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that. Nope. Not seeing it at all. Everyone know who the fuck Jay-Z is. She's not listening. Her mom is definitely telling her not to listen because her mom got her pocketbook and she getting paid too. The way she was praising Jay-Z in her book, you think they fucking. I'm just saying. So, they're saying the husband is going to fix it. Again, no evidence, no statements. This is not a confirmation, just rumors in the street mill. Yes, Rihanna and ASAP Rocky are together, but it's just some sketchy about the whole marriage or whole whatever they got going on here. I would have put her with someone else more mature and trustworthy and not undercover, maybe bisexual. But we talking about Rihanna here. She's been in the music business since she was, 14, 15 years old. Does she even know common sense anymore? I mean, I know she knows common sense, but is she getting partly kind of only normality that she has is whatever the music industry normality is because that's what she's been exposed to before frontal lobe came in. I mean, she's been in the music business since she was 14, 15 years old. Does she even know what normal is anymore or a normal relationship? Maybe ASAP Rocky reminded her of her youth that got taken away from her because she had to be forced to perform about 13 and 14 years old. So you got this young bisexual ass fucking husband that reminds her of her youth. She wanted kids because Beyonce had kids and she wanted to prove that she could have kids too. And actually prove to everyone that she actually having the kids and there's no rumors of surrogacy. And how normal it is for her to have kids. Always a competition with herself. Because I'm sure Beyonce is not competing against her. But I'm just saying. So here's what makes these stories kind of plausible and true. Here's what is true. And it's not a lie. Rihanna and Beyonce have not photographed with each other since 2017. 2017, ladies and gentlemen. 2017. Was that almost 8-9 years ago? But they cool. They good. They perfect. She's my little sister. Okay. Won't be convenient. Actually, be highly convenient after this show got delivered. After my show, you see them together after this because you know her mom be listening to my show. So that part is true. The absence of the photos elevates the feud. But again, I must validate and agree with what they do. They're always pinning black, strong women against each other. They're always doing that, and it's sad. They not even black women. They do it to the men, too. They try to do it with Prince and Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had fallen into that trap. Prince did. Prince had a lot of nerve to call someone gay, and this man was acting like the most gayest goddamn singer on the planet, and he has the nerves to validate and somewhat agree with the rumors of Michael Jackson being called gay. May he rest in peace, but it's hilarious as hell. I'm saying, I'm just funny. And I said I wasn't going to talk about Beyonce seriously. I haven't in a long time, but it just showed up in the feed. So I hope my damn live shows and videos don't start messing up now. I'm sure. I hope it don't, but it is what it is. Okay, so that part is true. Both women, however, live private lives and rarely appear in public with anyone or together. So I don't know. Rihanna do appear in public a lot. Oh, I'm a Prince fan too. I'm definitely a Prince fan, absolutely. Despite his hypocrisy, I'm definitely a fan. But yes, Rihanna don't really live a private life. She still be showing up at events every 5 seconds. Every time you turn around, she was always out. Especially when she was pregnant, she was always out, and she always somewhat intoxicated when she's seen going to Mariah Carey's concerts or whatever. So she still be out. I don't know about the private lives and rarely in public. Rihanna still go out. You don't see Beyonce out a lot because it's always a fucking circus act when she come out. I mean, goddamn, they got to close down a whole goddamn block when her ass come out. So I can understand why she'll come out as often. Unfortunately, that's sad. But she's famous. It is what it is. All right, so now let's get on to the blind items here. Okay, so meanwhile, whew, that was exhausting. Meanwhile, the blind items, we're gonna go back a little bit, and then we're gonna go, a little bit to the present time. So some of these you probably already heard already. So blind items, we're gonna go back a little bit and talk about a lot of topics from Rihanna, Hilary, Duff, Ashton Kutcher, Mila, Kunis, Ray J, Ariana Grande, Hailey, and Justin Bieber. Yes, you guys probably heard about Justin Bieber from other channels, but I'm gonna talk about it too because I'm just gonna talk about it. Okay, thank you, Hilary. Okay, now Ray J. We all heard that Ray J was hospitalized. I hope he's doing okay despite his little mouth and shadiness. But, I don't want anything to happen to the spoiled brat, privileged, horny ass boy. So Ray J, here's what the blind item says. Don't take drugs, kids. The porn star / celebrity / reality star has said in the past he went to freak offs. Now he says he can't remember. So it was a blind item that pretty much said that he wasn't hospitalized because of pneumonia. He was hospitalized because of drug overdose. So that part about the pneumonia was not true. He was hospitalized because of a drug overdose. That is what has been said. Hey, their words, not mine. Just saying, don't get on me about it. It's their words, not mine. Thank you, Hilary. Okay. Thank you. Okay, now the next one is saying Hilary Duff husband, who seems to be very talkative. I never knew a husband in my life that talked much as this man does. He always got something to say. He's like, I'm her husband, but I have something. He always in females' business. Apparently, I did a show, was that yesterday, but day before yesterday, I remember, and he had something to say then. He put his 2 cents in that conversation. I'm thinking, why is he always talking? It's not even about him. No one's talking to me, having girl talk, and here's Hilary Duff. Well, hold up, I know something. Okay, should we be worrying about you do? Are you a metrosexual or are you just, another sexual? Because you apparently love putting your 2 cents where it's not needed. Okay, so here's what Hilary Duff, the very talkative husband, had to say. He said, well, this is the rumor anyway. That's not what he had to say. The way this alternate actress, / singer was loving on the husband of an actress, it kind of felt like maybe they hooked up in the past. So apparently they were seen together, Hilary Duff, her husband mainly, and Mandy Moore. They were seen all huggy-dubby and how you doing? She laughing and hitting his chest like, oh, really? Yeah. So that's what she was doing, Mandy Moore, toward the very opinionated husband. People like, hold the phone. Why are you two goddamn friendly? This is all alleged. So people were thinking they may have hooked up in the past or still is, I don't know. But Mandy Moore is married, isn't she? Like that fucking matters. It don't matter if they married or not in Hollywood. Marriage don't mean a damn thing. It's just for image. Half of them just married for image. They don't even love their husbands. Yeah. They get together to have a baby, and that'd be the only time they get together. Not for love. Just saying. Hardly anyone in Hollywood married for pure love. I'm just going to point that shit out there. Always for brand and convenience. Now, moving right along here. Ariana Grande, she may cancel her tour. Here's another blind item that is about Ariana Grande, who has a tour coming up. Well, here's what the blind item says. The A-list actress / singer is getting into some of I'm sorry, I'm thinking of something else. Is looking into getting some type of medical excuse to cancel her tour, which would then have insurance cover the losses. So you remember Ariana Grande was just kind of not ousted, but her testimony was shown of her past trials and tribulations when it came to her or Nick. Remember that dude? Forgot his name, but he was abusing her sexually as well. An event that she tried to bury came surfacing during her recording of that movie she just came out with that lady. So that came to surface. Everyone heard that. She tried to leave it in the past, but it came out. Everyone's watching. Everyone's looking. So she just got off tour with that. And then she got her public's like, you got to strike while the iron is hot. Now you got to go on a world tour. Because your name is there. You just had this famous movie, this perfect breaking numbers. It's great. You have to go on tour now. Strike your while it's hot. But she's like, man, I'm tired. I've been going nonstop since I was 12, 13 years old. I don't want to do anything. Like, goddamn. So she's saying, I'm tired. It's been told that she's looking to take a break. And she's been working nonstop for years. She wants a break. I say, go ahead, have your goddamn tour. In this political climate, I don't know how anyone can go on tour any goddamn way. You don't have to worry about Trump putting his 2 cents in and putting a kibosh to that, saying they hating on me, so cancel the tour. You know that's what the fuck Trump would do, because he acts like a big ass child who just literally getting away with everything and no one's doing a goddamn thing. So, Ariana, go on your tour, girl. Go on your tour. If you want to. But if you don't want to, then don't go on it. Okay? Stay your ass at home in your beautiful, expensive ass mansion. Do absolutely nothing. I won't even, girl, please. I would not put on no makeup for weeks. No fake hair. I'll just get up, wash my ass, do all the normal essentials, and not do a damn thing. Unless I have a meeting that I can't skip or whatever, I won't do shit. Because she's been going nonstop since she was a kid too. Hell yeah, girl. If you want to go on tour, go on tour. If you want to take a break, take a break. They work for you at the end of the goddamn day, not the other way around. Learn to say no. You are literally at a status right now. You can actually say no to people. You don't have to say yeah anymore. You can actually say no. Yeah. You're in the A-list now. Just say no. They'll get over it. Shit. Okay. Rihanna is back into the news again. And I don't like talking about her because I have a history with Rihanna. And I told you guys about this. Oh yeah. Her and I had some talks back in the day during her Chris Brown beaten moment. I had said that I believe they both had a fight and it was more like a neutral fight. She said something and they fought each other. She didn't like when I said that, and she was calling every name but child of God or goddesses. So me and Rihanna don't really get along. And I guarantee she probably remember anything of that nature. She probably remember me. Because that was a long time ago and she probably was drunk. Who the fuck knows? Anyway, but here's another not surprising blind item, but it does make sense of the clips of her acting inebriated and looking stressed. There are videos of Rihanna literally at Mariah Carey's concerts or any concert, and she don't seem right in the head. She's acting kind of drunk or something. And they're saying she might be on a bottle again. I'm not sure if she's on a bottle now, considering she's had a baby. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. So it says this. This foreign-born, one-name permanent A-lister singer was so wasted at a photo shoot for her new line. This is the new line of her Fenty. They're saying she was so fucking drunk. It took forever for them to get the right photo because she was so drunk. And this happened recently. And she just had a baby. How is she drunk? How is she drinking when she's just like, okay, I couldn't drink for 9 months. Let me just turn up the bottle. How do you even have time to do that? So she was like, I can't drink. Oh my gosh. I'm not pregnant anymore. Bring the liquor. Bring the liquor. Is that what we're doing right now? What the fuck is going on here? All I know is it reminds me of certain things that happened back in the day. For example, that video clip where she was seen snorting cocaine. She swore up and down she wasn't snorting cocaine, even though the street said she used to do cocaine. She used to do cocaine, smoke weed. She used to do all that shit. I mean, I'm sure she didn't do heroin or anything of nature, but yeah, it was told she used to do cocaine, allegedly. And it was a video of her being seen doing it, but she, of course, denied. Who's going to admit, like, yeah, I was smoking cocaine? Who the fuck would do that? Then it was, then there's pictures of her. She used to smoke. Then it was pictures of her chain smoking. Yeah, it was pictures of her chain smoking. Oh my gosh, my TV's acting weird. Yes. I'm not lying. That is real. That is real. Yes, that is real. Okay, and then we have Hailey Bieber. She said, let the church say amen. You guys are crazy. I'm so tired of talking about this obsessed girl. Okay, we know Hailey Bieber stalked Justin Bieber for years before she eventually got with Justin Bieber. We already know that sad ass story. So it was told the A-list celebrity made sure she was filmed talking to her husband on the phone. She doesn't want the abuse thing spreading like crazy. Girl, this abuse thing has been spreading for a long time. This is not something new. It's been spreading a long time. People thought, well, they still think that Justin Bieber, I don't know if he's physically abusing her, but he's definitely verbal and emotionally abusing her. And she's been so obsessed with him where she's like, okay, I finally got him. I got to hold on to him for dear life. Who cares if he disrespects me? Who cares if he's rude as hell? Who cares if he got some serious mental fucking issues? I don't care. He is my idol. I was obsessed with him. I finally got my dream. No one is going to take that away from me. That is where Hailey Bieber is at right now. Screw the fact that she's a very gorgeous and talented young lady. Screw that she's worth more than this. Screw the fact that Justin Bieber needs some serious counseling and he needs to work out some serious evil things in his fucking head. No. She's happy that she finally got him. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So as you may have heard, that she tried to denounce these rumors and saying they were all a lie. Here are the clips. Why? Because there's so many goddamn clips. I had to put a clip up there. What do you say, Rihanna? She might be depressed of things she can't talk about. Probably. I know, because she couldn't even come out her documentary because Jay-Z and them stopped it. Man, she better. I'm like, fuck Jay-Z and a horse they ran in on. I'll do my documentary. Man, fuck them.
Guys, listen, this is not AI. This is not AI. This is not AI. People, there's like this rumor.
People are thinking, okay, that, Hailey didn't repost that video. She said, I didn't repost anything. What are you talking about? I didn't post nothing. This is a lie. Oh my gosh, you guys I know you need something to talk about, but let me just tell you, no. Okay, this young lady is proven on live that, yeah, Hailey Bieber did repost this. Yeah, it wasn't some rumor. So Hailey Bieber may be a victim, but she don't want to be called out on it. She's one of those victims who send in signs secretly, but don't want to validate it because she's afraid of her life. It could be that. I don't know. I never did a reading on her before. I think I have it. I don't remember. But that's what I'm getting. I don't know. I'll probably do a reading on her. The last reading I did predict that I was going to have a baby. I haven't done a reading since, but I may have to. I may have to put her back on a roster to do another reading. But this lady is going to validate that Hailey definitely did repost the video of whatever she's supposed to have posted. I don't personally care, but you know, y'all care, and I'm talking about it because y'all care.
That Hailey reposted this video on her TikTok, and U.S. accounts can't see it. I'm in Ecuador, but I can't see it on my account. But look, this is her account, okay? This is Hailey Bieber's account. Look, ready?
Most long-term relationships that we romanticize and congratulate on working with a woman is already doing this. They tolerate. She tolerates mediocrity, abuse, doing the majority of domestic and emotional labor, and she's being in a relationship. You cannot be a good partner or an equal partner. This relationship will work and will
She reposted it. She reposted it. You just can't.
Told you she reposted it while she lied saying she didn't. I don't know what's wrong with Hailey Bieber. She needs to do some with herself.
Hailey Bieber denies for posting a TikTok, dragging Justin Bieber after many users saw her do it. Let's get into it. About 3 days ago, a video was posted to TikTok about Justin Bieber not being a good husband to Hailey, that Hailey will stay no matter what. Watch this clip. Hailey will never leave Justin. She's a stayer. I know some of y'all love Justin. Justin is an addict. You cannot be a good partner or an equal partner when you are in addiction. And in my opinion, an addicted partner is always an abusive partner. The disease of addiction is too selfish for you to be anything. And just 2 days ago, people are noticing that Hailey Bieber reposted the video. The comments on the post says, Hailey Bieber reposted. There's no way. Hailey realizing she accidentally reposted the video. I'm sorry, did Hailey just reposted this? Hailey hasn't reposted? Why is everyone lying? She probably reposted by mistake. And then people were sharing screenshots of Hailey reposting the video. Most long-term relationships down there, it says Hailey Bieber posted, and then Hailey Bieber took to her Instagram story to address everything. She says, hey, I know you guys who live on the internet are really bored, but I didn't repost any video speaking on my relationship. Have a beautiful Saturday, and when I go to our TikTok, the video was not reposted and it's gone. Maybe she unreposted it, or maybe it was AI. What do you guys think?
She unreposted it because Justin was like, what are you doing, girl? Be reposting this. The fuck wrong with you? You know he was groomed by them woman-beating, drug-taking lunatics. I'm just saying. Girl, yes. Don't care. Yeah, Bieber is wild as hell. He's wild as hell. I know her dream was to get with him, but he's I don't know, he's tainted. He's very troubled. He's a very troubled young man who seems to be okay with the fact he's troubled. I don't even see him trying to get away. He's hooking up, whatever. I wish him the best. I hope he does get clean. I don't know what he's really doing. He could be really trying to better himself, but whatever. Okay, aside from Hailey Bieber being completely delusional and insecure, don't know how powerful she is by herself. Anyway, it's been told that she's letting the lying and the delusion, which she seemed to be very good at, lying and being delusion. She lied and said she never had plastic surgery. Everything on her is natural. She's a natural, beautiful goddess. She don't know what y'all talking about. God damn it. So a plastic surgeon was like, hold the phone. Somebody's lying. Take a look.
Hailey Bieber claims to have never had any plastic surgery, but do we believe her? I'm not sure I'm a believer. I can say that I'm not totally convinced that Hailey Bieber has not had some plastic surgery. And I'm not picking on her. But looking at her photos, one thing that stands out literally is her nose. It looks stronger. The bridge looks more defined. She has more tip projection, more tip definition. The tip is slightly raised. So all of those are very suspicious for a rhinoplasty. So I'm thinking she's probably had one at some point. And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of famous people and regular people have rhinoplasties. And secondly, when looking at at her photos, I do notice a change in her overall facial shape. She has more jawline definition. She has a little more fullness in the cheek area. So I'm a little suspicious for some fillers in those areas. And then, of course, the lips magically got more full, and that doesn't happen on your own. So I'm also suspicious for some lip fillers. And then I do notice, it's not plastic surgery, but I noticed her eyebrows got fuller and thicker. So probably something like microblading of her eyebrows. In addition to the microblading of her eyebrows, looking at Hailey's just brow position, upper eyelids, I am actually a little suspicious on the speculation that she might have had some sort of brow lift. If it was, it would have been more like an endoscopic or smaller incisions because she's quite young. But when you look at her when she was younger, she had much heavier upper eyelids, didn't have as much brow show and shaping. And now she has much higher eyebrows. You can see more of the highlight of the brow bone, and you see more of her upper eyelid. And that doesn't just happen by simply reshaping the brow. So I am also slightly suspicious for some sort of brow lifting procedure.
You get a brow lift? What the fuck? I mean, you can get a brow lift? Jeez. Her nose, she definitely got a nose job, but she did get some kind of lip injection. That can be, I don't know, that's a maybe for the lips, but she definitely got her nose refined. Not a huge nose job, but she definitely got to refine at the tip. She definitely got to refine at the tip. Her eyebrows, she could probably just stop growing them as thick. I mean, I'm not growing them as thick, but shaving them off as thin, because they used to be the style back in the day, and just letting them grow back thick. I was the same way. I used to have eyebrows like that, and then I'm now just growing really thick. So that could be what she's doing right here. But she definitely got a nose job, and her cheeks probably just got more refined as she got older. So that was definitely that reason there. I know, right? She definitely need to love herself. She definitely do. I don't know what her goddamn problem is, but she definitely do love herself. Absolutely. All right, Ashton, Kutcher, and Mila Kunis. I don't know what y'all problems with this. Y'all need to get over this right here. Y'all need to stop this mess. You don't have me come down there and slap y'all, okay? Y'all been picking on this man. Y'all need to stop. Now, do I think he's a slight creep? Yes. He's a co-Aquarius, so I'm not going to put him in the category of creep. So far, all the Aquarius men I've ran into are not getting good stats for me. They all seem to be creeps. And I'm Aquarius, but just saying. Just saying. I think my control batteries are dead. But anyway, here's what the blind item says. It says, in this blind item following a rumor of Ashton Kutcher. Hold on, let me read your comments. You said here, help homeless people if you don't know what else to do with your money. These celebrities are out of control. Girl, you know what? I'm loving that. You know, I need to put that. Hell yeah. Didn't I say that about what's her name? Lauren Sanchez in the last live show? Because she didn't know what to do with her money. You know, because she's a nymphomaniac, you know, loving having sex and all that crap. I said that. Because she bored apparently. So she's stepping out on the hubs. I'm like, girl, find some charities to do something with your time instead of hopping on D's and having orgies and stuff for their hubby. Girl, we need to, yeah, I like that statement. Let me go ahead and give you some love there because that was a beautiful statement. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Find something to do with your money. Start some charity. Start some organization. Start a riot. Not a riot, but start a movement. Is get rid of the knucklehead in the White House. Do something. Shit. So let me give you that right there. Boom. That's what you deserve right there. That's what you deserve. Because that was right on the money. Absolutely. Absolutely freaking lily. And that, let's give you a hand clap. Yep. High five, girl. High five. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And I'm giving you a hand clap because that was just beautiful. I was just saying that. But people don't listen. They don't listen. That's the problem. They don't listen. See if I can find a clap thing. Let's see. Oh, well, you get the joke. Okay, getting back to the this thing right here. Apparently, in this blind item, and it is a blind item following a rumor of Ashton Kutcher being like Diddy or involved in Diddy's free costs because he blindly took up for his lying-ass pedo rapist friend, Danny Masterson. That's what was told. And also going to Diddy white parties, which, again, I keep telling you guys, Ashton Kutcher went to Diddy white parties, not his free calls. He went to this white parties. not his freak offs. I keep saying this. His white parties, not his freak offs. Those are two different parties. I feel that no one is not listening. He didn't go with his freak offs. He was seen at the parties like everybody else. So anyway, here's what the Black Diamond says. Apparently, no one wanted to be caught in a picture with the former A-list actor and his actress wife. That is a no-win photo. So apparently, they was seen at this Golden Globes event, to say they, prove that they're going strong and everything is great. But a lot of actors and actresses were told by a publicist, don't take a picture with Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, with mainly Ashton Kutcher, because, he's been told he's, doing this and doing that. And he's been friends with pedos and stuff. And so they were told not to take pictures with him. I'm going to be real. My intuition says, although his relationship with Mila Kunis back in the day is sketchy as fucking hell, but I'm not going to discuss that right now. But do I think he is a pedo? No. Do I think he's a rapist? No. Do I think he's just like Diddy and his deceiving ass fucking friend? No. I think he got deceived by his friend and think his friend was a rapist. He don't be hanging with his friend like that. He's not at his friend's house at night knowing what the hell he be doing by himself. So all he know, his friend is an honorable man. At least that's the image he perceived. He only knew what everybody else fucking saw. Don't blame him because he thought his friend was upholding. I don't think Ashton Kutcher's like that at all. I don't think he's like that. I think he knew Diddy from what everyone else knew. Just some party animal who likes to throw parties and was cool with him because that's all he knew about Diddy. He probably know damn thing about them freak offs. Like millions of other fuckers in Hollywood didn't know anything about no goddamn freak offs. So stop saying he did. I don't think he did that at all. I just think he got deceived by people he trusted. Maybe he needs to start evaluating his friendship. Start looking closer. Stop being so naive and so goddamn trusting. That's what he should start doing. But I don't think he's nothing like these two individuals at all. I don't see him like that at all. And just my profile and my intuition, I just don't see him like that. And I have a really good judge of character. They need to just lay off, seriously. Anyway, move right along here. But their appearance at the Golden Globes had mixed reviews. The couple's return to the red carpet has since sparked buzz among fans who reminded them that they weren't not forgiven. They doing more retaliation against Ashton Kutcher than Diddy and his actual friends who actually did the fucking dirt. I mean, point to the right people. Damn it. Just say it. People would just be, they are not even trying to be correct. Hello, Queen. How you doing? Hey, Queen. I'm sorry about that. He does look uncomfortable. He definitely does. Yes. Okay, so one fan wrote, who wants to tell them we still haven't forgiven them for supporting Danny Masters? He didn't know Danny was a creep. Y'all do know it's not like him and Danny were together at night, slept together. He just knew him probably from parties and maybe occasional beer hangout. That's it. He don't know what the fuck Danny do day in and day out. To him, Danny was an honorable young man like everybody else thought Danny was. They didn't know Danny was like that. So he was like, from what I gathered, he was an honorable young man. He did that. He didn't know, like, he did what again? Well, I didn't know that. I wish I would have known that before I wrote this fucking letter. People can get deceived. You know what I mean? But his history, with the affair with, that's not a subject. They were both young and stupid. Anyway, so a third user recalled the backlash writing, I thought they were excommunicated for being rape apologists. Meanwhile, another individual expressed disappointing, noting that once like Kunis, but now believes she supports a rapist. Somehow, Mila Kunis supports her husband, so now she supports a rapist. What did Ashton Kutcher has been accused of being a rapist? He's been accused of underhandedly and naively supporting his friend that was rumored to be a rapist that he didn't know that he was a rapist. Which I know the whole story before y'all just jump the ball. I mean, come on now, goddamn. And this is coming from a victim. Now, the criticism continued with one person saying, what happened to the hole they've been living in since Danny Masters and P. Diddy mishaps? A fifth question, are they forgiven yet? Again, the people at the white party, majority of them didn't know anything about the freak-offs. That include Will Smith, Queen Latifah, Felicia Rashad, and countless others who was at the white party. They did not go to those demented, sick, disgusting freak-offs or the freaky-deaky after parties. Gosh, some of y'all's stupidity is annoying. Seriously, I'm putting the wrong people in the freaking pedo rapist section and ignoring the real pedo and rapist while you pointing the finger at someone else. Okay, so while one person remarked that the pair are not good people, another slammed the Golden Globes for inviting the couple despite having support a rapist. Okay, this is crazy. I need some tea. This is crazy. Anyway. And the last commenter were, oh, they're back. They thought it was safe to protect rapists and stand up for them. So that's what people were saying at the return to the Golden Globes. That was what being said. Yeah. Remember someone said that they had to leave before a certain time? Yeah, I know. I heard that too, girl. Crazy. All right, last but not least, stressful times. Here's another blind item, and this is very interesting because it seems that here it is, okay? Golden Globes, the resurgent actor, okay, was at a private event on Saturday with his wife glued to his side. The entire time, not a single minute alone. Even if you asked him for a quick photo, she was in it, just enough to make you wonder if she already knew his alleged mistress was also there. If she actually wanted to shut it down, she could have worried less about keeping him in check and more about a certain gas station near Fletcher Drive and Riverside Drive, where he's been spotted picking up a woman who isn't an actress, who works with him and isn't his wife, who he'd been sneaking off to do a little what, not. Yeah, but she's worried about the party. So, which probably explains why the Rabbit Studio in Burbank is really pushing the whole good guy and founding man. They're trying to clean up his image with these roles. In the premiere and award season, they know his reputational time bomb, not just because of his ideology. Now, just so you are aware of who this man is, because y'all probably like, who are you talking about, Keisha? Just so you're aware who this actor is. He was the shady friend cop. Let me see if I got a picture. Oh, hold on, go back. Okay, I don't have a picture anyway. He was the shady friend cop of the soon-to-be violent husband of Jennifer Lopez in that movie Enough. You remember that movie Enough? He played in and she played in, where she got married to that man who was beating her up or whatever, and she decided to learn how to defend herself and beat him up or whatever. Yes, he was the shady cop in that, and they played the little game on her at her restaurant when she was a waitress at. Yeah, he was that shady cop. And he also played the librarian in one of my favorite TV shows he was in. Yes, and The World Made Straight. He was in that movie as well. So apparently, this man here, Noah Wyles, he has a long history of having mistress. And his wife knows, but she desperately trying to keep her husband to salvage their image and reputation. So despite the fact that she's a gorgeous young lady, she can do better, she rather put up with his fucking cheat, even though she has her own fucking money, which I never understand. Women with money still put up with this shit. I see if he was financially bonded to this man, like some of these abused women who are financially bonded and they have kids and they can afford to do anything else. Going to a homeless shelter is literally taking your kids to the pedo cesspool. So it's either, okay, I either take these beatings on behalf of my kids, or we end up in a homeless shelter and I got to worry about my kids getting snatched, which I don't know what to do. He's paying the bills, so unless you are in that kind of situation where the options are very limited, why the hell do you put up with this? She's rich, she's beautiful, has connections. He'd be gone yesterday, but she's desperately trying to hang on to this man for image sake. Yeah, teach your kids that. Put up with bullshit, cheating ass men for image. Fuck the fact that you worth more than this, okay? and you are a beautiful woman, you can do better, you better off alone to putting up with this shit. But no, they rather put up with this because they so fucking insecure. I would never understand in a million years, and excuse my language, but Kiki be full effect in these live shows. I can understand it. It's freaking annoying. Oh, yeah, he did play an ER. You are so right. He did. Now it's time for brain food. My control came out, man. That sucks. Okay, in brain food, and then I'm messing up my nails in the process. So. All right, in brain food, something to think about. I hope you guys are ready because I'm about to take you on a trip that you are not going to even understand. I guarantee you, you guys heard of this, but you never let it marinate and actually studied it because you were taught not to believe it. You thought it was some kind of metaphor or some brainwashing witchcraft controlling mechanism. Was it? And how much evidence that it wasn't witchcraft or some metaphor, or is this some one-time event? What if it's really real? Take a listen to this video that I created, and then we'll get deep into it.
Random thought. The ancient world didn't separate humans and animals like we do. The Bible hints animals once communicated directly with humans before language division. The serpent talks to Eve, Balaam's donkey speaks, and Job says, ask the animals and they will teach you. No one acts like it's strange. Then at Babel, one language becomes many. What if that also cut us off from animals? Look at ancient gods, Horus, Anubis, Sobek, human-animal hybrids people believed were real. What if ancient people weren't imagining, but recording a world where all beings spoke the same language?
Okay, just to reiterate, if that went over your heads, on tonight's Brain Food, we are going to discuss the moment when animals were able to talk to humans. When everyone spoke one language and you were able to communicate with animals. That is what we're going to talk about. Okay. Okay, here we go. So with that being said, so tonight Brain Food is not a conspiracy, it's not a theory, it's a reminder. A reminder that the world we live in today is not the world our ancestors described. And ancestors, I'm talking about thousands of years ago. Something changed, something broke, and the memory of that break is scattered across the Bible, across ancient arts, across mythology, and across the oldest stories humanity ever told. Which means when we were taught in the Bible that the snake was doing this, that the animal was doing this, how deep was that? Was it all a lie? Or did it actually happen? Are we reading too far into stuff, or are we ignoring what they blatantly telling us in our face? I mean, think about it here. Let's start with something simple. You ever wonder why the Bible never treats talking animals as strange or unusual? They never said, oh, it's just, strange. They just thought it was the most common thing for these prophets or these characters or these living people in the Bible to be just blatantly talking to animals as if they're real people. And the animals talk back. It was a normal thing back in the day. Those particular events and scriptures just went over people's heads. For example, the serpent spoke to Eve. They said, no, it was the devil who that turned into a snake. Really? Was it really the devil turned into a snake? Or did the snake really just warn Eve? And Eve didn't seem like, oh my gosh, the snake is talking to me. This is a strange thing. It was a normal thing. Balaam's donkey spoke to him. Like he was speaking to his donkey like it was a normal thing to speak to his donkey. And this is the crazy thing. And I'm going to tell you how I came to this interpretation, this realization. Job, remember Job says, ask the animals and they would teach you. As if that's a normal thing. Ask the animals. They'll teach you. And people just, that scriptures went over here like, I guess he's saying, okay, you know, see to your animals or mimic what they're doing. No, he said, ask the animals, not mimic the animals. He said, ask the animals, they will teach you. So humans talking to animals was a normal thing back in the day. That's animals, amphibians, reptile, birds, whatever. It was common back in the day. Animals used to talk to humans. Nobody screamed, nobody ran, nobody says, why is this animal talking? This is a strange thing. Because in the earliest stories, communication between humans and animals wasn't supernatural, it was normal. I mean, you see a sketch in the hieroglyphs of these big entities, tall as hell, and then you see normal sized people like us, and you see different shape of beings, you know, half animal, half human, half bird, half snake, half cat, half snake, whatever. These abnormal, diverse beings, entities, whatever, walking amongst each other, and it was normal. It wasn't strange at all. It was normal seeing flying objects in the sky. It was normal to see them trying to build a tower to reach the firmament, and he tearing it down because they saw the firmament before it became invisible. This was all normal back in the day. And this is all biblical teaching. This is all on the arch, all the hieroglyphs. And we see past it. We wouldn't even think like, hold the phone. Do animals still understand us, but they can't verbally communicate with us? Are they reincarnated humans into animals? Or are they just animals who understands us? Are we reading too far into it? Or is it a combination of both? And, you know, I know this sounds crazy as fuck, but just listen to me. Let that sit and marinate for a minute. The world was once unified. It was one language, one understanding. That's a fact. One understanding, one language, one ecosystem where humans, animals, and divine beings interacted without barriers. And that scared God in Lil. He didn't like it. This is in the book of Enoch. And I played the video several times, but you probably weren't listening. He didn't like it. So he tore the Tower of Babel down and divided the languages. He's the God they're talking about in the Bible. He didn't like it. He was like, nope, 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 nope. Y'all building towers. Y'all doing too much. Nope, 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 nope. You can't be smarter than me. You can't work together. I don't want unity. I want division. If anyone who's going to work, you're going to work for me. That's what he wanted. He was a living, walking. This is Amun-Ra who modeled himself after. They were both tyrants and dictators and bullies. So when the fracture, the Tower of Babel, so then comes the Tower of Babel, because everyone was in this unified language. They were just working together, building beautiful conglomerate buildings, and they were just, everything was perfect. Everything. Of course, there was praising all these entities, identities, whatever, but who cares? Oh, it is what it is. But they was building all kinds of beautiful structures that were gorgeous. So then comes the Tower of Babel, a moment where one language becomes many. He divided their languages. Even the animals, because the animals was talking to, they was talking to them like, hold up, the animals and the birds and all these little snakes and amphibians and reptiles, they're all talking to each other. Nope, 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 nope. We can't have that. You guys are progressing. I can't have that anymore. So that was a moment where communication collapsed. Most people think that story is only about humans. Was it really about humans? Because before they were talking to animals like it was second nature. It wasn't nothing to it. Who cares? Okay, I'm sitting here talking to a duck. Who cares? I'm sitting here talking to a cat. Who cares? I'm sitting here talking to a freaking snake. It's normal. It's not unusual to this. But what if the division of languages didn't just separate nations, but it also separated species and gave them their own language where your own kind was only able to understand each other. You have to understand your own kind. He divided. He made sure there was no unity. He made sure diversity was always amongst the people. Chaos, confusion. Unity equals progress. Unity equals triumphantness, positive things. He didn't want unity. He wasn't a God of unity. He don't like unity. He likes diversity and chaos. So he separated everything. Birds understood birds. Snakes only understood snakes. Whales only understood whales. Cats only understood cats. And dogs only understood. Every kind of animal understood each other. And then he separated the races of people just so they could show some kind of, I don't know, racism and commodity and just a whole bunch of diverse. Because chaos is what he likes. Chaos. So, again, what if Babel wasn't just the birth of different human languages, but the death of interspecies communication? Because before then, animals were talking to each other. We were able to talk to animals. So after Babel, the Bible never again described, think about it, after the destruction of Babel, the Bible never again describes animals speaking naturally or humans speaking to their animals ever again. The connection is severed. The world becomes quiet. People start becoming conformed, submissive, because all he did is inflict pain, fear. Made it so the only way you can survive or live your dreams if you trust in him, because that's what he wanted. He wanted you to only think of salvation through him. If something good happened to him, it didn't happen because, you deserved it. You manifested it because he made it happen. If someone you hated reaped destruction, it's not because they pretty much brought this negative attention toward themselves and they manifested this shit. No, God, isn't he good? Okay, so this guy didn't deserve this. You don't believe in karma? The man was living a lie and causing destruction. That's in the atmosphere. It's like a tsunami that he was building. The cup was getting full. It was going to eventually spill over. I don't care what the hell he was trying to do. It was going to come back on him eventually. It's not going to come back on him. It's going to come back on descendants. His kids going to pay for it. So God didn't do it. He did it. But people love to not take credit for anything. They want to blame some invisible deity or being that no one else. So anyway, so after destruction of Babel, you never hear in the Bible of them talking to animals ever again. But let's go back a little further, because I don't think you guys hear what I'm saying. You guys think I'm just rambling off, and y'all know I'm true. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Excuse me. So the memory survives in the gods of God. Let's think about the ancient deities. That people are thinking that the description and the sketches of these Egyptian deities that we know were real was just them describing themselves as these animals, as some kind of metaphor or some mythologic stuff or image, whatever. Like, I'm Aquarius and a Leo, so I'll be a waterberry and a half lion or some shit. And because of my zodiac, astrology or some shit like that. Really? But there's no other sketches of them as human. It wasn't goddess Isis who turned into eagles and all kinds of stuff. No, there is no other sketches of them as human at all. They were always sketched as this, and it was normal. So here's the weird part that people overlook. Even after the silence, the memory of that old world survived. It survived into gods. Look at Kemet. Look at Mesopotamia. Look at the early civilization on Earth. Their gods were not fully human. They were not fully animal. They were hybrids. Beings who carried the instincts of their nature and the consciousness of humanity. Examples. You can, seriously, here's your examples. Horus was a falcon-headed sky ruler who was never described or depicted as a normal human. He was always depicted as a falcon head in a human body. All his sketches has been nothing but this, but he was able to communicate. He was able to talk, and people were okay with it. They weren't like, oh my God, this is weird. Anubis, the jackal-headed guardian of the dead that people are obsessed with. There's no other sketches of him with his head, and then another sketch of him as a human, like, Goddess Hathor or something. He was always sketched as this jackal head. Sometimes a coyote or a dog or whatever. Nothing else. Makes you wonder, was he really that? Was it just a sketch, or was he really that? Because this is before the destruction of Tower of Babel, when humans and animals were as one, and flying objects and giants were roaming the earth. It's all written in the Bible. If you guys want to go ahead and use that as a reference point. Sobek was always a crocodile-headed protector of the Nile. He was always crocodile, but he was able to talk. He was able to rule, and it was normal. He was never, ever depicted as nothing else but a crocodile who talked, and it was normal. Thoth, famous Thoth, Ibis, he was an Ibis, however you want to pronounce it, headed keeper of wisdom and writing. He was the one who later had a somewhat love relationship with Goddess Mayet after she, had also an affair with Gara, who had an affair with Isis. He was getting around. That's not the point. The point of the matter is, okay, God Thoth was always depicted as this Ibis, this bird, so to speak, nothing else, in a book. And he was able to write, and he was able to teach. He was never sketched and nothing else. He was never sketched as this, it was just the myth. This is what we saw him as, because his animal favored his aura, his teachings, what he taught. Really, is that what it was? Or was he really that? I mean, I'm just saying. So think about it. These weren't cartoons. These weren't metaphors. These weren't memories. Memories of beings who walked among humans in a world where communication was universal. And it wasn't just Africa. Just think about that. This was patterns across the civilization. Mesopotamia had winged lions, eagle-headed guardians, and serpent gods. And when they talk about these entities in the historical stories, they never said, okay, this was just a metaphor. They said no, he was really half human and half whatever the fuck this supposed to be. He was just what he was. Greece had centaurs, satyrs, harpies, hybrid beings tied to nature and divine realms, like it was nobody's business. Half human, half horse. Who cares? This is normal. This is the normal thing. Normal people, half humans. India had gods with animal forms and human consciousness. It was normal. When they talk about these stories, that's what they were. It wasn't like he was this, but we saw him this because he was such a horse lover. No, that's what he was. China, obsession with dragons, but they always had these stories where dragons actually spoke to them. They actually talked to them. And they communicated with the realms. And they did spit out fire. And they did protect their kingdom. There were good dragons and there were evil dragons, but they were able to talk to the people. Every ancient culture, every single one remembers a time when boundary between human, animal, and divine was thin, where it was too thin to ignore, too consistent to dismiss. This happened so much. How can we say it was just a metaphor? Maybe we're thinking too logical, because the church teach you these things are not real, because they teach you there's only one divine being, identity, when history teaches there's more than what these pastors are saying that's happening. There's proof of reincarnation. There's people with actual gifts. Hell, I'm seeing videos of kids actually having the ability to fly. And then I'm seeing these tall African Black men who doing things that we only was told that was only happened in the Bible, but they're able to do. Yes, and then there's the kingdom of Tartarian. They said never happened, but there's ancient globes that said that was actually a civilization of Tartaria. They pretty much dominated the world, and it was so high technology. But you have to remember, the God, first it was God and Leo, then it was God Amun Ra, said no, too much. Remember, he did Tower of Babel. It was too much stuff going on. Nope, they doing too much. So he tore that down with the flood, a mud flood, whatever the fuck he can do, burn it down. He did it all because he don't like progress. He only likes suffering because that's what the fuck he like. Okay, so he got rid of Tartarian Moors, the Tartanian Empire, that Tartanian world, he got rid of it. He's currently controlling Trump at the moment. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, before I go any further, take a look at these clips. Now, there have been viral clips. If you go through TikTok and you put, I think my dog is a human, or he was a human, or something like that. If you search that in TikTok, you'll see 98% of the dogs they ask, were you once human? And watch what they do. I believe these dogs were once human. I believe that some beings can be reincarnated in animals, in birds, and pets. Maybe there's not enough humans to have them reincarnate in, considering how everything is dying. So they get reincarnated in humans. Or they're just simple dogs who used to talk like humans. Who knows? But listen to these two clips. I couldn't put every clip on there. Listen to these two clips of these dogs being asked were they once human, and watch what they say.
I have this belief that my dog can like understand me like as a human. Can you stop making her move her head, please? I think that she's really a human trapped in a Maltese and Shih Tzu body. And so we're gonna test out the theory. Snow. Hey, Snow. Okay, Snow, if you can understand me, give me your left paw. Snow, if you can understand me, give me your right paw. Yo, oh my God, people cover us, y'all. She got.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Were you human in your past life? You were? You were a human?
Oh my gosh, she really shook his head. Yeah. And there's thousands of these videos of these dog owners and cat owners asking their pets, were you once human? And they shake their head, say yes, and some of them are excited that someone finally asked them. And you guys probably think I'm freaking crazy, but I have proof. I gave you so much goddamn proof. I believe that it means that ancients weren't imagining monsters. They were documenting their encounter. They were blatantly telling you their encounters. We just thought they were just embellishing it. Why would they embellish it for? It's stupid. What proof are they going to get with any legitimacy or their story being told if they're lying about it? So our encounters with beings who embody both the natural world and the spiritual world was definitely common. Beings who communicated, beings who taught, beings who interacted with humanity before the fracture, before the Tower of Babel. And after the language split, those beings faded from our world, but not from our memory. So here's the question here. I want you to sit with tonight. If, put it like this, what if the ancient world wasn't symbolic, but it was literal? What if human animals and divine beings once shared a common language and the Tower of Babel didn't just divide nations, it divided the realms? What if the silence we hear today is not natural, but the result of a world that once spoke and then forgot how? Because you have a dictating God who don't want unity and progress. He wants working conformality and slaves. He don't want progress. He wants chaos. He don't want people praising themselves. He wants you to praise him. And if you don't, you die of Dalmatian and thrown in the fire. What kind of ruler is that, man? So that's tonight brain food. Not to convince you, but to remind you that the world is older, stranger, more connected than we ever was taught. Which means our ancient ancestors told us literally of what they saw, not embellished, not metaphors. They literally told us blatantly what was going on. Instead of just trying to think it's some kind of metaphor, maybe we should take it what it was. And that's what it is. And these animals were more than likely once humans. And they probably did used to talk. And they do understand us. And that is what it is. And I'm out. You have a great night.
We see you, we see you, we remember, we remember. I am the storm, I am the storm, I am the silence, I am the silence, I am the truth unveiled, I am the truth unveiled.
You are snow, you are snow, you are snow.